Hi friends, I'm Liz.
I'm Robbie. Welcome back to our channel, Bookworm Couple. Today we are going to do another monthly wrap-up and TBR for next month. We are late again.
Totally.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's the holidays.
It's been a very busy time for us. We moved recently.
We moved.
So
New
that
setup,
was pretty
trying
fun.
it out.
Absolutely new setup.
Absolutely.
So I think this one is better than the last one. The lighting is
much better.
we like the lighting a lot better. So this may be, or something like this may be how we end up, but who knows? We'll see. But I had an okay November reading month. I didn't read very much. I was just very busy.
Yeah, same.
There's so many things were happening in our life. And I don't know that I'm going to get to read too much in December either, but I'm still looking forward to what I have planned.
Same.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I guess first we should talk about what we released for the channel, which I think was really only the first Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, I believe.
We're doing great.
Actually, now I need to check. So this month we only actually released one book discussion, so
Yep.
nailed it.
Hey, we
And-
moved with a span of 3 days to get ready, so we're doing our best,
True.
guys.
We also released a look forward to next year video we called 25 books for 2025. 25 books we're going to try and read next year. We're going to do our best.
Try and read
Clearly,
it.
we're very good at keeping a schedule, so
Great.
I have high hopes
I'm the most scheduled
for
person.
us to read some of those. But if you want to see some of the books we're looking forward to trying to read next year, you can go ahead and check that video out.
That was a fun one to make.
It was a lot of fun to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, the link is up here or down in the description below. The only book discussion we actually released this past month was for the first book in the Crescent City series, A House of Earth and Blood, which I think I believe I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Pretty decent.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I thought that I appreciated the fact that it was different from what Sarah J. Maas normally does. Very urban fantasy. It was like the whole thing was kind of like a mystery, which I enjoyed because she hasn't really done that before.
Yeah.
But I thought it was far too long. I thought it was very much overly long. The pacing was kind of all over the place because the last 150 to 200 pages, phenomenal. One of the strongest endings she's ever written. But everything leading up to that, I was kind of just like, why? There were a lot of instances where I was just like, what are we doing?
You know what's so funny about you and I is, and this is why I told you I have trouble rating things, because reading Crescent City, when I first read it, I didn't really know. I was like, okay. And then the ending, I was like, 5 stars.
Sure,
You
yes.
immediate 5 stars. I was like, I don't care what happened in the rest of the
Sometimes
book.
that can happen, but I spent way too much of the book.
You did a
being
good
like,
thing
what
of
is-
really looking back on rather than being so
If
emotionally
the ending is
taken.
The ending is
the
very, very good,
Phenomenal
but it
stuff.
wasn't enough to make me completely forget about the 600 pages I had to
That's fair.
read to get there.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, and if you want to hear my full thoughts, obviously
Got it.
description, the link down below. But that's really, unfortunately, all we released on the channel this month. So, did you read anything this month that you want to talk about?
I did.
What did you read?
I read 2 books. Watch out. One, I read the next book in the Chestnut Springs series, book number 3, The Cowboy Romances That I Love, and this was my favorite so
great.
far. Wait, what's this name?
I see the 5 stars you gave it.
I loved this book. Jasper is everything to me. Phenomenal read. So period. I had a great time. I'm so terrible of describing what the books are. I just am I had fun. What happened? I don't really remember. I'm trying to, this is the problem. My brain is so this is a cowboy romance. Love that. But we also get a cowboy who is also a hockey player.
Oh gosh, you
Come
told me
on.
about this.
The
Good
combo.
God.
Perfection. And
Is
it's
it?
very much, yes.
Okay.
At least in a book. I don't think in real life necessarily.
I wonder if there are any hockey player cowboys
100%
out there.
there are. 100% there are. Anywho, we get a classic love story. Well, I guess I shouldn't really say that, but I mean, what do you think you're reading a cowboy romance for?
Yeah.
Besides for
I
a
don't
love
think that
story.
that's a spoiler.
This is a very much friends to lovers type of a book, and I thought it was done decently well. That part of the book, you have your main character who's a dancer, a professional dancer, which was always fun. I love being in studio in a book. I think that's so delightful, and she's been pining after one of her childhood best friends, Jasper, for basically her whole life, and this is their kind of journey towards discovering a relationship that's more than just a friendship. I love it. 5 stars. Immediate. So good. So sexy. So sexy. Loved it. And then the next one was one that I had gotten from the library. It's been recommended from multiple people. It's made itself. It's like on the shelves of every TikTok spicy romance bookshelf in a bookstore you've seen. And so I was like, you know what? I need to pick these up because I know I love a spicy book. And this was Twisted Love, which is in the Twisted series by, wait, what's her name? By Anna Huang. And I really wanted to like it and I didn't.
Oh, that's a shame.
I just didn't. I gave it 2 stars.
Ooh, wow.
And
really
yeah,
didn't like
it was just, and I finished it. It's also, I find rating again so interesting to me because it wasn't like, I didn't hate it. Obviously, I finished it. I have not finished books before, though rarely. But I was like, yeah, that's about 2 stars. I just didn't think the writing was very good itself. I thought for a spicy book, the spice happened real quick, real fast, and then we were kind of done with it, but then it was still there. So it didn't really make me intrigued.
Sure.
The main characters, I didn't really have a lot of interest in them or their relationship. There's a lot of, if you like soap opera-y, mystery vibes of somebody is looking for vengeance of this family and there's all these twists and turns, and then you might probably really like it.
Okay.
I, however, didn't love it. I don't know how to describe this one. There's family friends, really rich billionaires, and revenge. Family mysteries.
Sounds like you're doing one of those things where, you know, like they do like a word search thing, and the bigger the word is, the more times it's come up. That's what it feels like you're doing right now. Just like buzzwords.
Because I also don't really know how to I'm not very good at succinctly describing books anyways. And this one I'm like, I guess, yeah, there's college student, family friends, confused.
You know, you can add words in between, right?
Nope.
You don't have to just say the buzzword. You could be like, I will describe how
college
these relate
photography
to each
student.
Okay.
And
Okay.
family friend who becomes a potential love interest. This family friend is a very unfeeling billionaire. There's a lot to be revealed with history and their family history, his family history. He's on a hunt for revenge for people who killed his parents and his sister, so, intense. And it just, yeah. It sounds exciting when I say it, and I didn't really find
That didn't sound that exciting.
It didn't?
Well,
okay.
I mean,
there you go.
It was just like a kind of conglomeration of words. So it's not really related to each other.
Not a writer. I'm a reader.
Great.
Period. That's all I read this month. What about you?
I read a few things this month. I thought I read like nothing at all, but it turns out I actually had a better reading month than I thought. Though not all of them were books. But anyway.
They were pamphlets.
Sure, yes. A lot of pamphlets. No, so the first thing I read after House of Earth and Blood was The Sunlit Man by Brandon Sanderson. This was I believe the final secret project that came out, 2022 maybe? It's hard to talk about this one without spoilers. I'm going to do my best. This book didn't completely land for me. I believe I gave it about a 3 out of 5 stars. It's a very interesting concept, and it's not that long, and it is just breakneck pacing. It's the first Brandon Sanderson book I've read that's just like, it seems like he wanted the whole thing to be, a Sanderland or whatever. It just really nonstop pacing. The entire premise is there is a planet that over the course of the day, you cannot be out in the sun or you'll immediately be obliterated.
Classic.
And the planet rotates pretty quickly, so they are constantly trying to stay on the far side of the planet to stay in the shade. It's kind of very Mad Maxy, desert. It's very interesting. It's just, it was so interesting reading the very end of the book where there were these big emotional moments that I just could tell I was supposed to be connecting with, and I just didn't. I liked the book. I liked the world. I obviously like Brandon Sanderson's writing and magic systems, and there's a lot of Cosmerian interconnections here, but it just, I don't know. I think everything moved so fast that I just never got the chance to connect to anything. So I'm so glad I read it because it is intertwined with some of the other Cosmere novels. Not vital reading by any means, but definitely part of the Cosmere. Just, I was a little disappointed by it. I wish I had liked it more. After I read that, I read The Crimson Campaign by Brian McClellan, which is the second book in the Powder Mage trilogy, which I finally got around to. I think I read the first one a few months ago. And I like this one. I gave this another 4 out of 5 stars. I like this one more than the first one. A little bit, I think. I think I gave them both 4 out of 5 stars, but there were plot lines in this that I really, really enjoyed and plot lines that I didn't as much. And I don't think that the ones that I really liked are the same ones that everyone else really liked.
Oh, fascinating.
And there were also characters that I didn't really like in the first book that I really did in this one. Like, my favorite plot line was Taniel's. Again, I don't want to go into spoilers, but this just continues the story from the first one, and Taniel is in a war camp with Pole, his kind of ward, I guess, and there's a lot of god stuff happening and also interpolitics with the generals, and yeah, it turned into my favorite plotline in this book, which is surprising because I really didn't like Taniel as a character that much in the last book, and I didn't like him as a character in the beginning of this book. So I was really surprised that by the end, those were the chapters I was most looking forward to. But this series continues to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to read the last book in the series. I think it's that's still my first experience with Flintlock Fantasy, and I am having a ball. After that, I read a few different comics this month, kind of last minute. I have been, well, as of this video's releasing, which should be later today, Wind and Truth comes out, I believe, tomorrow. So I have been kind of purposefully not starting anything extremely long to...
Because you're so excited.
Well, so I can just jump right into it tomorrow when it comes out, because I'm very, very excited for it.
That's so exciting. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. And I have spent some time, reading synopses and listening to synopses to make sure I am remembering everything. So very, very excited. And you can look forward to me talking about that next month. Maybe if I feel so inspired, I'll make a whole video on it. But I read some comics kind of in between to just keep reading, because I was like, what else am I going to do with my time? I finished Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a manga that finished a few months ago. I think I've been reading it kind of haphazardly over the past few months since I heard it was going to end. I really like Jujutsu Kaisen. It follows a group of students at Jujutsu Kaisen High, and they... exercise. They exercise demons. And it's a very, very popular anime and manga, and I really liked the first 2 seasons of the anime. I think the ending was a little bit weak, but overall I really enjoyed reading the whole thing. Some of the characters I really, really liked. And some of it is very kind of like complicated and hard to follow, which is, I don't know, kind of a new experience for me with manga. With the visual storytelling, most of it's usually pretty, at least the manga I read is usually pretty easy to follow. I also read 2 graphic novels from the Adventure Zone series of graphic novels. And the first one was, I believe it's the 4th one, it's The Crystal Kingdom. And the 5th one was The 11th Hour. And I just happened to find one of them at the bookstore on sale for really cheap. And so I thought I'd get them both and read them. They're great. If you don't know what the Adventure Zone is, it is a Dungeons and Dragons actual play podcast by the McElroy brothers and their father, Clint McElroy. And it's comedic and it's really funny. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, if you like actual play, I really can't recommend it enough. Listening to it is what got me into Dungeons and Dragons in the first place years ago, and now I'm obsessed with Dungeons and Dragons. These graphic novels are each a different arc of the first campaign they did, which was called Balance, and it's great. Yeah, it's just, it's very, very funny. It's generic fantasy Dungeons and Dragons. I believe it actually started in the Forgotten Realms setting, and then they changed it for copyright reasons. But it's great. Can't recommend them enough. If you've listened to Taz, absolutely check these graphic novels out. If you like fantasy stuff, you're looking for a fantasy graphic novel series, I really highly recommend this. It's very fun, very funny, and then maybe you'll be interested in listening to the podcast as well, because it's very entertaining. Anyways, that's everything that I read this month. What are we going to be reading next month?
Oh my gosh. Did Liz almost finish a Wheel of Time book? Oh my god, she did. It's going to happen.
It's been months.
Yeah, I got stuck.
You're so great.
I got stuck in the slog.
Yeah, got stuck in the slog.
You're
almost out, though.
I know, it's interesting. And you know what's really funny? Is I had myself convinced, because I was like, oh, book 9, amazing. I had myself convinced. I was like, 12 books, I'm so close. No, not 12.
No, it's 14.
14, baby.
Yeah.
14, baby. So yeah, book 9 in the Wheel of Time series, Winter's Heart. It's going to happen. It's coming.
Yeah, we're going to release that video sometime.
Like, honestly, really soon.
Yeah, we're going to be releasing that video sometime in the next few weeks. We mean it this time.
Yeah.
We're also going to be releasing, I'm reading the 2nd book in the Crescent City series, A House of Sky and Breath?
Yeah.
House of Sky and Breath, so that'll be coming out this month too. And then at some point this month, we will also be releasing ranking of every book we have each read this year. I don't know how many it is this year. I think I read 60 something so far.
Wow, that's amazing.
Do you know how many you have? Any
No,
idea?
I haven't read as many as I wanted to. I wanted to read 50 and
looked.
I haven't even been near to that close. Let's see.
I wonder if we're going to pass 100.
I have read 36.
So we're probably going to pass 100, maybe right around 100. So we'll be ranking 100 books. We made this video last year as well. You can check it out if you want to. But it was a lot of fun last time, and so I'm really looking forward to doing that again with barely remembering some of the things I remembered early, some of the things I read earlier in the year, and also
because
then
last
getting
year
really
we started in October.
Yeah, I know. And also getting like really stressed, being like, I don't know how to compare these. So that'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a mess.
I think it'll be an absolute mess, but I'm excited to do it again. But those are the videos that we are looking forward to putting out this month, and we totally promise they're gonna happen.
They're gonna happen. Well, we're with it now. We don't have a last minute move and craziness happening. We do have holiday travels, but we're good. We got it.
Do you have any books you were planning to read on your own this month?
I got this. I got this book. It's called A Merry Little Meet Cute.
Oh, that's cute.
And as you can see, $6.97. It was on sale at the bookstore, I think, in like May. And I put it away with our Christmas
I was there
decorations.
when you bought this, right? Yeah.
I was like, oh, cute. You know what? I love it. It looks. What is the description? I'm gonna read just a little bit of this because I remember being like, I read the first line and I was like, done. B. Hobbs, aka Bianca Von Honey, has a successful career as a plus-size adult film star.
Oh, right.
With a huge following and 2 supportive moms, she couldn't ask for more. But when her favorite producer casts her to star in a Christmas movie he's making for the squeaky clean Hope channel, B's career is about to take a more family-friendly direction. There's obviously love, there's romance. I'm so excited to read this. I want to read as many holiday books as I can this year because I think last year I started reading them later in the month, and so I'm gonna start off hot with this one. If you have any fun holiday romances specifically, or if there is a holiday romantasy book, please send that suggestion my way. I would love to. That's mainly my plan for December, is to read as many holiday e-books as I can. Yeah. I will say I have also gotten distracted by that already because my library finally sent me A Fire in the Flesh, which is the 3rd book in the Blood and Ash prequel series, and I've
What's
talked
the name
about
of the prequel series?
Great question. Flesh and Fire, the Flesh and Fire series. I hate, and I understand why, I totally do, but I hate that like authors are like, this is the da-da-da series, when I don't see that written anywhere in text ever, you know? And so how am I supposed to remember that? For those of you that do, I'm very impressed by you. You're very good at that.
No,
I am not.
Uh-huh.
Anywho, this is the 3rd book in that series, and I was like, oh, I immediately downloaded it to my Kindle, so it's definitely going to distract me for a minute because I love this world so much. I will get lost in it forever. Love these characters. Period.
Great.
That's my month.
Great. Good month. I am going to read Wind and Truth starting hopefully tomorrow, barring, I don't know, conflicts. I have no idea. Barring life, I guess. Yeah, so that's really the only major reading plan I have this month. Wind and Truth, I'm assuming is going to be extremely long, so who knows how long it'll take me to finish.
Do you know how long it is?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably been announced, but I haven't checked. It's just going to be very long. Whatever.
Classic.
After that, I really don't know. I'm not sure.
A holiday romance?
No, definitely not that. I might read the final book in the Powder Mage trilogy. I think Autumn Republic, maybe. But I also am getting the first part 1 of To Green Angel Tower from
Broken Binding.
From the Broken Binding sometime in December. So I might read that. I think I want to finish Powder Mage first though, just because that's still kind of present in mind.
Oh, and then
so we'll see.
We can talk about how we're gifting each other books.
Yes, we are planning to gift each other books for Christmas.
We did that last year kind of on accident, honestly.
Accident we did.
We both we do. You don't need to know our traditions, but it's cute. We went to go get stocking stuffers for each other from the same store, and both ended up with giving each other books, which makes sense. So we decided to keep the tradition alive this year, but maybe giving each other the books a little bit earlier, so
we can read them with the idea that they will be read over Christmas. Mm-hmm. So that'll be very.
So we don't know what those are yet.
I definitely don't know what mine's going to be. I'm going to go to the bookstore and the spirit will move me.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I mean, that was kind of
that's what we did last year.
Yeah.
So I have no idea, but it'll be fun. I
think
that'll be
film
fun.
That, I suppose.
We totally could.
If you'd want to see. let us know.
Yeah, let us know. But otherwise, I think that's really everything. So thank you all for catching up with us again for another month. We promise there are going to be more videos this month. I swear there's going to be at
He married
least
the most
like
chaotic person
3
on the
or
planet,
4
so.
of them this month, I think, including this. So maybe 2 or 3. But there's
gonna
going
be
to be
so
more
many
videos
videos.
out this month than there have been
We're gonna be so
in recent
successful.
months. I totally promise. But
Thanks for
otherwise,
watching anyways.
thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you read this month, what you're looking forward to reading in December.
Again, I'm looking for your holiday recommendations.
Yes, and any holiday recommendations you have. Also, if you have any recommendations for books that I should get her, I'll make sure she doesn't look at the
Oh, I
comments.
love that idea.
It's a great way for me to cop
I
out
like
of having to get you a
romantasy.
present.
I like romance in general.
It'll be good.
I like fairies.
But please like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Thank you all so much for watching, and
We'll see you on our next adventure.